I'm feeling bright and bushy-tailed this morning.
Hello there guys, and welcome to this P3D video. A2A Simulations recently released their Captain of the Ship Lockheed Constellation, aka Connie. This aircraft, in my opinion, is probably the most entertaining and immersive aircraft ever built for a flight simulation platform. The aircraft looks good, flies good, and it really keeps you engaged all the time. The way it responds to wind, the turbulence, the crew, the cabin crew that helps you manage this aircraft, everything is really been done to a level of detail that I have not seen before. It is absolutely immersive, very authentic, and lots of fun to fly. I'm not going to talk too much about this aircraft. I'm going to show you what this aircraft does. And I haven't read the manual completely, so probably I'm not going to do things in the way they're supposed to. But I've read enough in order to do a flight and show you guys what this aircraft does. Okay, so first of all, as you can see, the 3D cockpit is modeled with a lot of care. It looks very nice in terms of the texture work. And again, we don't expect anything less from the guys at A2A. This is the flight engineer station. And there is also a navigator station. As you can see here, the cockpit, everything really is modeled with a lot of care. And there we go. This is the navigator station, and everything in this aircraft is actually functional. So the knobs, the switches, and the sounds are quite immersive as well. So everything you see here is clickable. Everything has a function. We're not going to explore everything in this aircraft in this flight today, but let me tell you, this aircraft is going to be probably one that I spend a lot of time in. All right, so let's get things ready for our departure. But before we do so, let me show you the outside of this aircraft. Look at that. Now, this is absolutely stupendous. Really a job very well done. The aircraft looks absolutely beautiful, and it is a faithful replica of the aircraft, which I've actually come to know from the A2A guys. I've watched their videos and the pictures that they've posted of this aircraft, and it is actually a work of art. Absolutely incredible. All right, let's go ahead and get things started. Okay, let me bring up. Now, this is, of course, what we are used to in the A2A series, but this one is a little different. So let's go ahead and set the payload preset to medium.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention? Please report to the gate as boarding is about to begin.
Ground crew to Captain, we are just loading up now.
Okay. And let's come over here. Now, this is how you engage the live engineer. And we're going to tell the engineer to actually prepare the aircraft for engine start.
Yes, sir. Okay, setting up the systems.
Who left the windows open all night?
Do you notice the vibration as they load the aircraft?
Fuel boosters on.
And now you can hear the passengers boarding.
Setting cow flaps. Oil system check. Sir, all systems are ready.
Okay, so all the systems are ready. So we're going to have to wait for the passengers to board the aircraft, and once they are on board, the cabin crew will let us know.
Ground crew to Captain, you are all loaded up. Cargo door is shut.
Okay, so it looks like the cargo has been loaded, and we can come here and check everything. All right, let's go ahead and, oops, okay. Okay, let's go ahead and start the engines.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard. My name is Betty, and I'm your head stewardess for the flight today. I'm just going over some safety and emergency procedures. You'll find emergency landing instructions in the back of the seat in front of you. To fasten your seatbelt, simply slip the strap through the buckle and pull until secure. Please keep your seatbelt fastened until the captain has turned off the seatbelt sign. Also, smoking is only permitted when the no smoking sign is off. Please stay in your seats unless you need to use the restroom. If you need assistance, I or any
Oil
other
pressure is
member
rising.
will be happy to help. In the event of
Oil
a water
pressure is
landing,
okay.
there are life jackets throughout the cabin.
Oil pressure okay.
Place it over your head, clip on the waistband.
Oil pressure is
and
rising.
pull it tight. In case you need... Okay, everyone's ready back here. You can scare them to death now.
All right, so we are ready to go
Ladies and
now.
gentlemen, the captain has put the fasten seatbelt sign up, so please return to your seats and fasten your seatbelts until the sign is turned off.
Okay, I do want to show you one thing
Ladies
before.
and gentlemen, welcome aboard from the cockpit. It's nice to have you with us today. It's cold out there, but we'll make sure the heat's turned up nice and warm for everyone. If there's anything we can do to make your stay with us more enjoyable, let us know and we'll be happy to assist. Sit back, fasten your seatbelts, and enjoy the flight.
Okay, I do want to show you one thing. Watch what happened, how this light tilts. And of course, these are all 3D lights. That is absolutely gorgeous. Okay, let's go ahead and...
Captain, we're idling a bit low for these engines.
All right, let's release the parking brake. And let me turn on the windshield heater. All right, let's go. As you can hear, the sounds are extremely realistic. The shake in the cabin, the noises, and you'll hear a lot more noises as we depart. And let me tell you, those sounds are extremely immersive. All right, let's go ahead and make a left turn here. That brake sound is amazing. And really, guys, the reason I didn't want to do the reviews, I didn't want to do this review in the normal way I do my reviews, is it's very difficult to cover everything this aircraft does. And I thought it would be easier to just do a full flight to show you what it really does. By the way, we are currently at Eagle County Regional Airport in the state of Colorado, and we're going to be heading to Denver. It's a short, about 50-minute flight, and it should be okay. We're going to be cruising at about 17,000 feet, and everything appears to be okay. Let me set the altimeter. I think it's been a while since I've done any P3D videos, and A2A has made it completely worth coming back and doing this video. Alright, so let's make a final stop here. Alright. Let me check here. Strobes can stay on. Beacon can stay on, landing lights can stay on, and those guys I think we don't need. So I'll turn them off, and let's set flaps.
Takeoff flaps.
Stewardesses, prepare for takeoff.
Right. Let's get it lined up, and we're ready to go.
Setting cow flaps.
50. 80. 100. Rotate.
Rotate. Right, gear up. We're going to return now to intercept the flight path. Flaps up.
Flaps up.
Alright, so there are two ways you can use the autopilot on this aircraft, and the most straightforward way is to hit Shift and 6, dial in your altitude. So we're going to go to 17,000 feet. Okay, and the vertical speed, leave it at 800. And we need to switch this to GPS.
Autopilot on.
Autopilot is on. Nav is on. Okay. So now the aircraft should follow the flight plan. I'm going to keep the climb at the moment. I will control the climb of the aircraft. And once we are at our final altitude of 17,000, then I will basically engage the hold button of the autopilot.
Ladies and gentlemen, hello from the flight deck again. We're now climbing to our cruise altitude. Upon reaching this altitude, we'll dial a nice, smooth, quiet cruise for everyone.
I think you can hear clearly now the winds and the different sounds. Just everything is... Did you hear that? Alright, so what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to let you guys enjoy the flight, and I will come and check back with you at 17,000 feet. Well, we are now cruising at about 16,000 feet or so, and as you can see, this aircraft really flies so well. It's so immersive. It's quite a challenge. Even with the autopilot enabled, you can't really keep your eyes off this aircraft. You need to really monitor it, and you need to make adjustments as you go. I've seen, by the way, a couple of guys that did some very, very good videos on this aircraft, just kind of how to use the autopilot. Now, the autopilot, I'm using the easy way. Okay, I'm using the GPS with this, funny-looking autopilot. But the real autopilot on this aircraft is right here. So this is the rudder, the aileron, and the elevator. And you'd have to trim the aircraft so that all these lines here. Let me try to show you. Right there. So once you have all these lines lined up, then you can actually engage this autopilot. It would function exactly in the same way, and that's the proper way of really engaging the autopilot for this aircraft. But again, for the purpose of this flight, I'm just going to use the easy way of doing things. And this is something I really like about this aircraft, is that you can make it as challenging as you wish. So if you want to really go full immersion, you can read the manual and really learn how to operate the aircraft. But if you just want to have fun with this aircraft, then you can also do that. And now we've begun our turn to, I think this is going to be, I think, a couple of waypoints before Denver, and that's when we're probably going to have to
Setting pressurization.
so this is probably going to be the point where we need to kind of disengage the autopilot and hand fly the aircraft, which is, by the way, a lot more fun than the autopilot. And you're going to begin the stall now. So there we go.
Pressurization set. Ooh.
All right. I think at this point, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and we don't have the altitude button engaged. All right. Let me go ahead and engage
Altitude
it.
hold on.
All right. That's probably why we're having all these troubles. Okay. So what we're going to do is, as soon as we pass this waypoint, let me actually take a look here and see. That is actually the star. Yeah, powder 3 is the star, I believe. So once we are midpoint here, I'm going to activate the vectors to final, and then we will, when we are close to the airport, I'll go ahead and deactivate the autopilot and hand fly the aircraft. And I personally believe it's easier to hand fly this aircraft than to use the autopilot. You just simply have more control over the aircraft when you're hand flying it. Another thing that I really like in this aircraft is
Pressurization is set.
it's got a career mode. So when you do a flight, when you actually load the passengers, it would count your flight, total time, the ground distance, air distance, passenger miles, your salary, so I'm getting paid $9,000. You are a captain, so I am the captain. Your record is okay, but could be better. And time in flight is 50 minutes. Ground air distance, fuel cost, maintenance cost, cost per mile, and then passenger comment, that plane made my head hurt. Okay. Ace that landing. Boy, it is hard to get ahead. Okay. So, this is kind of a fun, fun log to have, and really, this is the entertainment that you get out of this aircraft, which I think is great. I think really the guys at A2A have thought of everything when creating this aircraft. They thought of the entertaining element, the immersion element, the flight model element, and the end result is an absolute masterpiece. Okay, so I don't expect really anything out of the ordinary as we approach it. Let me just take a look. Okay, so we are at powder, which is the beginning of the star. So midpoint right over here, we will activate the vectors to final, and then we'll go ahead and land runway 17 right. In terms of performance, I think this aircraft was built with optimization in mind. So as you can see, I'm getting pretty good frames. We have a reasonable amount of clouds ahead of us, and that's Denver International Airport, which is an add-on airport by Flightbeam Studios. It's quite an involved airport. This entire area here is actually pretty involved. In terms of VRAM, we're still doing pretty okay. So we haven't really consumed that much VRAM, but I'm sure that it's going to probably go down momentarily as the Denver airport gets loaded. So again, I think it's pretty okay in terms of performance. In terms of VRAM, it doesn't really consume that much VRAM. Overall, in terms of performance, it's a B plus aircraft in terms of performance in the sim.
Pressurization set.
Okay. All right, so we are now getting close to the airport. So what I'm going to do momentarily is I'm going to begin our descent. Okay, there we go. I think we better begin our descent, and we'll go to 10,000 feet. So let me go ahead and disengage. Actually, I'll go ahead and change this to 7,000. Okay, and
Altitude hold off.
altitude hold is off. And we'll
Pressurization
begin
set.
the descent now. Alright folks, I've activated vectors to final now, and we continue our descent. The aircraft is really behaving radically now. Well, as you can see guys, this is a very windy weather right now here in Denver, but we're going to attempt to land nevertheless. And let me see here, what are we doing in terms of speed? We are okay. Let's hope that we can successfully land the aircraft. Let me tell you, this is an extremely challenging aircraft to fly, but it's so much fun and very, very immersive indeed. Alright, what I'm going to do is I'm going to let this help me. I think we're too low. There we go. And that's the runway ahead of us. Alright, and let's go ahead and lower the landing gear.
Gear down.
I'll keep it at about 90 knots. There is some wind. Alright, and now nice and easy.
500 feet.
Setting cow flaps.
Sir, are we on the ground yet? Wonderful landing.
All right. Welcome to Denver International Airport. It looks like the passengers liked the landing, and we heard some clapping in the back. So that's pretty good, considering, you know, the second landing in this very challenging aircraft. Well, let me tell you, that was a lot of fun.
Flaps up.
from the flight deck. We're now taxiing back to the terminal. Please remain in your seats with your seatbelts fastened until the aircraft has come to a complete stop. On behalf of the entire crew, thank you for being with us, and we hope you had a pleasant flight.
Well, guys, I haven't flown P3D in the longest time now, and let me tell you, this was an absolute joy of a flight. Very immersive, very challenging, and extremely entertaining. Alright, let me go ahead and make a final stop right over here. Denver International is a huge airport, so it would take us a while to get to the terminal, so I'll just stop right over here. Alright, I think that's good enough. Alright, parking brake set. And let's kill all these lights. And let's kill the engines.
Setting cow flaps.
Shutting down systems.
Alright guys, this brings us to the conclusion of our video today. It certainly has been immense fun flying this aircraft and making this video for you. The A2A Simulations Lockheed Constellation, aka Connie. In my opinion, the most immersive and entertaining aircraft ever built for any flight simulation platform. Until next time, and as always, please take care of yourselves and each other. I will see you all very soon. Bye-bye for now.